It's Monday morning. Welcome to CBSN Minnesota Morning Update. I'm Jason DeRusha. Hope you had a good weekend. It's kind of fun with the snow out there, right? I'll be honest. Did I go play in the snow? No. You guys know me. Do you think I'm like building a snowman or? No. That's Heather. That's Heather content. My content. I did go to several restaurants this weekend, so that was nice. It was fun to get out there and fire up the snowblower, get that going the first time this year. Hope you are dug out and ready to get after the work week. Let's show you the weather forecast for the next 7 days. Lisa Meadows leaving this for us today. It's going to be a good one today, 37 the high. Yeah, it's about 8 degrees above average. Some good sunshine out there. Nice looking sunrise happening right now. So good day today, great day tomorrow, crazy day Wednesday. 53 would be a record high, but in the evening, you might have some thunderstorms. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I love to hear your weather thoughts, which you would prefer, right? So when we last talked, we were looking at 4 to 8 inches in the metro area with some spots that might get a foot or more. Some of you got 20 inches. I love seeing these images of the snow pile as tall as the snow blower. It was aggressive, right? You know, the timing was good. Most of this on Friday night into Saturday. So here's my question, because this week, that chance of thunderstorms coming on Wednesday, which would you prefer? 20 inches of snow or wild thunderstorms? None of this deadly, like we're trying to keep it light. But share your thoughts on the WCCO TV Facebook page. We'll read through a couple in just a moment. We are about an hour and a half away from testimony, second week of testimony in the Kim Potter trial. A very emotional testimony last week. Things pick up today, perhaps with a medical examiner. Kim Potter, of course, is the former Brooklyn Center police officer, now former, charged with manslaughter in the death of Dante Wright during a traffic stop last April. And that medical examiner expected to walk jurors through Dante Wright's autopsy. So very procedural there, as the cause of death is not really in question. A second case of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 has been confirmed in Minnesota. Person is associated with Minnesota State University in Mankato. They're okay. They were vaccinated, had mild symptoms, and have since recovered, but just kind of the lab letting you know that Omicron is here in Minnesota. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, went on national television there, warned his nation that there's, in his words, a tidal wave of Omicron coming. He said 2 doses of vaccine are not enough. He said every eligible adult in England will be able to get a booster shot before the end of the year. Of course, you are eligible here in the United States to get a booster shot right now, if you so choose. A mask mandate going into effect this morning in the state of New York because fears there of a COVID-19 winter surge. New Yorkers required to wear a mask in all indoor public spaces, unless businesses have a vaccine requirement. So like, you know, some of the arts venues or theaters that are requiring proof of vaccine to go and check it out, you don't need a mask there. If you don't, there will be fines. We'll see. Will they actually prosecute people or not? New mask mandate will be in effect until at least January 15th. We're going to keep an eye on the Prior Lake School Board tonight. It's their first meeting in 3 weeks. They've been in the middle of controversy over students' racist social media posts.
If you're more worried about the way in which we respond to the problem than the problem, that's the problem.
All right. This is what we saw go down during the last meeting. Lots of activists were there, upset about the video and upset about the response. The superintendent said the student who made the video has left the school. And the superintendent and the school board say they're working to create a safe and respectful environment for students. We looked at the agenda. It doesn't look like there's anything specific about race relations or the video on the agenda, but we'll keep an eye on it for you. A bill proposed by Wisconsin lawmakers would change a 30-year tuition reciprocity agreement with Minnesota. This is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of boring stuff, right? Because for you, this doesn't change anything in how you would pay. You're not going to have to pay more to send your kid to college if you make the crazy decision to send your kid to the University of Wisconsin. But this is a pretty good deal for both states, right? When Minnesota kids go to Wisconsin colleges, they pay Minnesota in-state tuition, so they don't have to pay like the out-of-state tuition. So it saves people a lot of money. But there's a gap between the Minnesota tuition rate and the Wisconsin tuition rate. Right now, that extra money gets deposited in the general fund in Wisconsin. And so some lawmakers are saying, you know, wouldn't it make more sense to just let the schools keep that differential? So that is what the bill is about. So we'll see what happens there. New car prices have never been this high. It's sort of staggering. Like, if I were to ask you, how much does a new car cost? You'd probably think like $30,000, $35,000, right? People are buying so many SUVs that the average price of a new vehicle in America is now $46,000. Isn't that nuts? That's so much money. And it's up 13% from the same time a year ago. Some of this is probably, prices up because supply is so low. But some of it, I think, has to do with the kinds of cars we're buying as well. This isn't really great news for car dealers because they don't have enough supply to really capitalize on the high prices. Florida researchers say it's okay to talk to your baby like that. Oh, look at that little baby. Yeah, I always thought that baby talk wasn't great. That if you want to have the best language development in babies, you should speak to babies in a normal voice. But this research study says that the slower speed and exaggerated pronunciation. Look at your little cheek. I will give you a kiss on the cheek. It's fine. It actually sounds a little bit like what babies should be talking like because they have smaller vocal tracts. So it's all okay. You're a little cutie. Look at Miss India. All right, we're not going to do this anymore. Miss India is the new Miss Universe. Harnaaz Sandhu won the crown last night in Israel. COVID travel restrictions limited the number of media and the fans that were allowed at the pageant, but Miss Universe. Look, being Miss India is pretty sweet, right? You're like, hey, I am the fairest of them all in this ginormous country. But to be Miss Universe, it's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Look at this Jamoke taking a selfie while it's happening. She's the 70th woman to wear the Miss Universe crown. Miss USA, who is a TV news reporter. Elle Smith, an absolute knockout and an absolutely brilliant woman. She placed in the top 10. Top 10. So, you know, she's in, what city is she in? Isn't she like Kentucky, Louisville or something? I have a feeling she won't need to make a stop in Minneapolis for her career to advance. When you're Miss USA, you're good to go. Here we go. Weather talk, hot weather talk. Do you want to be Miss Snow or Miss Thunderstorm or Mr.? Would you prefer thunderstorms or 20 inches of snow? Annette says, bring on the thunderstorms. Nice emoji work. Cindy prefers the thunderstorm. You don't have to dig out after a thunderstorm. That's true. Wild thunderstorms. Nissa Jablonski says, wild thunderstorms. I do enjoy watching a thunderstorm, although my house has been hit by lightning. So I get a little nervous when the thunder. How about both? Katrina, I like it. Thunder, snow. Let's have some fun. Why don't we have that? Jenny would like snow always, all year. My gosh. I would move. No, you know what? I feel sort of like a weirdo in that I don't get that worked up no matter how the weather shakes out. Like, I like all of it. It's all fine. It's all temporary anyway. Bradley says, I would most definitely prefer 20 inches of snow. I want to repeat for Christmas in Minnesota. I think a lot of people like to get out there. I saw a lot of people snowshoeing and get out in the snowmobile. Yeah, Hannah wants the snow. I get it. A pretty split decision there. Thank you guys for your feedback. I appreciate it. Nice to hang out with you on this Monday morning. I think I was counting how many more work days. Maybe that'll be tomorrow's question. Guess how many days DeRusha is going to show up to work for the next, for the rest of 2021. We'll set the over-under at 7, and we'll be back to talk about it tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone.